Bone trouble really bothers me. For the most part, this is actually a really fun animation with a fantastic sequence of mirrors that allows for some very clever animation that I thought was very well done. But the ending really troubled me, so I will be explaining how it ends, but it's not really a dramatic ending or a big reveal or anything, so it may spoil it a tiny bit if you haven't seen the short. In that case, I would recommend watching the short first. It's about 5 minutes or so, but I will explain the ending in a moment. This was released in 1940, directed by Jack Kinney, and this is the first appearance of Butch the Bulldog, who has obviously gone on to be a firm favourite, who appears in a lot of different Disney shorts. He appears in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. He pops up all of the time. And with this, the narrative is pretty simple. Pluto wakes up one morning or afternoon, I'm not sure, and looks in his food bowl. And apart from a crumb, there's nothing in it. So he looks under the fence and sees that Butch has a bone in his bowl. So Pluto decides to help himself to the bone and tries to sneak back to his own garden without Butch knowing, but of course Butch wakes up and sees Pluto stealing his bone, and there's this massive chase after that takes them to a carnival or fun fair of sorts, and the majority of the sequence takes place in the Hall of Mirrors, which of course gives us some brilliant animation where Pluto's all different kinds of shapes and sizes and duplicated, and I thought that was clever. It's very, very well done and really enjoyable, and that sequence I thought was top notch. But the ending, at the very end, Pluto manages through the use of the mirrors to scare Butch. Butch runs away. Pluto gets the bone. End of movie. End of short. That doesn't seem right at all to me. Pluto stole something and didn't get away. He got away with it. There were no repercussions. He didn't get into trouble. Butch was made out to be the bad guy because Butch usually is an antagonist. He usually is being quite aggressive, but he was made out to be the bad guy because he was chasing after Pluto and desperately trying to, I guess, attack him to get his bone back. Well, Pluto is a thief, and he was in the wrong here, and I'm really kind of confused by that ending. I'm not sure why they thought that was an acceptable ending. It's unusual, because apart from a few exceptions, Disney shorts do tend to have good morals, messages. The bad guy doesn't usually win. But with Bone Trouble, Pluto was in the wrong, and Pluto got off scot-free. And that really annoyed me. It really did. I'm not sure why they thought that was a good idea. But up until that very ending, it's actually really enjoyable. It's a lot of fun. I love this whole, you will never get an animation of a dog in a doghouse without there being a bone beside him. I'm exaggerating, there will be some. But I just love that concept of the animated bone next to the dog. It's so weird. Like, I've never once met a dog in real life who has bones around them all of the time. Apart from, occasional bones they'll get from the butcher or in those packets. I did have a dog. I know what I'm talking about. It doesn't sound like I do. But I'm sure you know what I'm trying to say. So Bone Trouble was a lot of fun and I really enjoyed watching it. Unfortunately, the ending just completely let it down.